my fellow Americans. It is with great sadness that I must report that BOFA has collapsed. Many have asked me, what's BOFA? To which I respond, BOFA these towers. I can say with full conviction that these attacks were not bussing for real. We will find the people responsible for this evil act and bring them to justice, no cap.
So let's start with the first episode, which I had the displeasure of having to listen through. The guest of the first episode is CIA Director Bill Burns. Literally sounds like a fake name, like John Smith.
I wish he would do what his last name says.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What? So in this episode, about many questions, the first one was asked, why did we start this podcast? To destroy some of the misconceptions people have about the Central Intelligentsia Agency. So, what are these misconceptions about the CIA, you might ask, that we will address? Like, do you use heroin and coke to fund right-wing terror groups? How many countries did you help overthrow? Why were you behind some of the most batshit insane torture programs against foreign as well as domestic citizens? And many, many more. No, the biggest misconception is that people think we're like James Bond, and then Bill goes in to say, it's not as glamorous as the films make it out to be. He reminds us he drives.
There are no one-liners when we kill minorities.
He drives. Listen to this. He drives a 2013 Subaru and can never get his remote to work. He hates speeding.
Good for you, man.
And is constantly cold pouring by his daughters. Guys, look at me. I'm so relatable to most podcast listeners. Aren't I? I'm also lazy like you, motherfucker.
Bill, your daughters are going to hate you when they grow up and learn a little bit about the world. You will be remembered as a criminal.
But we are blessed then by brilliant points that answer the previous question about why the words education and ingenuity speak to who we are as an agency. He says, and all of these are going to be quotes, there is a great sense of mission. The risks of our officers and their families make our motivations very easy. I am reminded of this every time I pass our memorial wall, which is honoring all the 139 fallen colleagues we've lost. I mean, I never like downplaying death, even if it's one of these guys, but 139.
I don't mind. Fuck them. Fuck all of them. But I hope they're. Sorry.
But I agree completely. But they are either totally lying or their job is not as dangerous as it sounds. I mean, isn't the difficulty of doing your duty for your country such a big thing over there? Because we're supposed to be thankful to these people who risk their lives in the line of duty. So I went ahead and did some math. The CIA has existed for 75 years, right? Well, 139, which is the number of CIA agents that died in the line of duty, divided by 75 is 1.85. Let's say, okay, let's round it up at 2 people die per year in the line of duty for the CIA. And this is supposed to be a dangerous fucking job. 56 lodging workers die a year. 70 aircraft and flight engineers die a year. 96 roofers die a year. 37 garbage collectors die a year. 966 delivery drivers die a year. 257 farmers die a year. Where is their plaque, motherfucker? Like, thank your pizza delivery boy for his service next time.
The thin crust line. The thin crust line flag.
None of this is anything as compared to the biggest golden moment of this episode. Once he goes through all the reasons why dedication and ingenuity are so important for the agency, he goes, and I quote, I would add, I swear I didn't invent this like I wish I did. I would add to dedication and ingenuity one more statement. And that is that we are apolitical.
What? Fucking suck my dick.
He said,
fuck you.
I did not invent this. I wish I came up with
the most
this
absurd thing I've ever heard.
And then he continues. Let me just quote, and then you. We do not prefer political policies or agendas. We just want to deliver the best intelligence and analysis as we can. We give policymakers information that they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Fucking incredible.
Wow, the selfless fucking crusaders for I was gonna say for violence. That was
true.
For freedom. Yeah.
This is to me the biggest mask off moment, even bigger than what Hakeem mentioned with the apolitical comment. Also, it's important we work closely with the private sector so that our companies can compete better with those of foreign countries.
I see.
Basically admitting companies can use the CIA to outplay foreign companies. Only something communists have been saying about bourgeois competition leading to international war since, I don't know, fucking 2 centuries ago. Literally coming out of his mouth on an 18-minute fucking podcast episode. It's fucking art.
Guys, please. You seem to forget that the market finds a solution. In this case, it's employing literal death squad agents. So that, the fucking toothpaste that's produced in Zimbabwe is fucking...
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Kill the PR officials.
I'm imagining the CIA agent dropping in and like garroting a floss producer with his own floss.
Something that immediately stood out is this liberal, like, production quality NPR cringe, right? There's a soft-speaking white guy, and there's this, like, shitty music that's very cinematic for some reason in the background. The vibes are off. The vibes were not, right? Very boring, very, I could see people actually falling asleep to it, unironically.
Yeah.
The advice
That's how they brainwash you. That's the idea. Then they implant their join the CIA. Join the CIA when you're asleep.
Exactly. We don't give pensions, but join the CIA.
That's why I was craving joining the CIA so much. Oh my god. Oh shit, did I oust myself now?
So they begin the episode by praising William J. Donovan, who was the founder of the CIA, or the founding father of the CIA. He founded the OSS and other bullshit. Yeah. But basically the precursor to the CIA, and he was instrumental in the formation of the CIA. And he has arguably the most propaganda polished, like, positive Wikipedia page I've ever seen. Like, more than American presidents, there is not a single negative word about this guy in, like, a huge Wikipedia article, which is, like, telling in and of itself.
Yeah.
Especially when they hide buried within the article, they hide the fact that this guy took a look at the Gestapo and was like, I want to make that, but for the U.S. This is actually, he was like, I want to make an American Gestapo, and the CIA idea was based on basically an American Gestapo. Which, if that's all you need, that is basically all you need to know, really. Yeah. Anyway, so this douche basically traveled all around the world, befriending every fascist dictator, helping them set up death squads to fight communism, all that nonsense. And then he became demented into his old age because, he's hated by everything divine. And I quote, he imagined he was in a hospital, by the way. He's demented, he's about to fucking go out, right? The lights are going to go out, and then he's going to wake up next to Satan fucking being sodomized, right? Anyways, and I quote, he imagined he saw the Red Army coming over the 59th Street Bridge into Manhattan, and in one memorable last mission fled the hospital, wandering down the street in his pajamas. The fucking dweeb. I like how they try to make this heroic. My guy, you would have been mushed under some fucking T-57 or something, and you would deserve it. But anyways, yeah, just imagine this old fucking demented white guy from the fucking the Reds are coming. With his fucking balls hanging out of his boxers. Back to the video in just a second. Let's hear from today's sponsor, Atlas VPN. For a lot of research that I do for my videos, I end up hitting pages that aren't available in my location. That's frustrating, as you can imagine. Geo-restriction really does suck, but not with Atlas VPN. For those unaware, a virtual private network makes all of your internet traffic travel through an encrypted tunnel. This way, it protects you from spying, public Wi-Fi dangers, and hides your IP address and your online activities. It even allows you to change your location for all your researching needs. Developed by top cybersecurity specialists and IT engineers in 2019, Atlas VPN was created to make the internet accessible and secure for everybody. Currently, it has more than 6 million users worldwide, and boasts the best VPN deal on the market, with the most affordable online protection plan for just under $2 per month, if you can believe it, with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So, what are you waiting for? Go down to the description and click that link, or use my code Hakeem and get a 3-year subscription for just $1.99 a month. But that's not all. You get blazing fast speeds for streaming or gaming, unlimited protection for all your devices, and an inbuilt ad and malware blocker. And let's not forget, you'll also get to save some extra cash, as Atlas VPN will find you the best deals online for everything from your online subscriptions to airlines, hotels, and more. Right now, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount, meaning you can get a 3-year subscription for just $1.99 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the video description below. Massive thanks to Atlas VPN for the sponsorship. This is what allows me to pay my editor fairly, so the support is highly appreciated. Alright, back to the video. There's this one woman, one of the Karens, and she's speaking, and she's like, we used to say that the CIA is pale, male, and Yale, but now we emphasize diversity and inclusivity. And even then, yeah, by the way, fucking Snake in Metal Gear 1 when he's being tortured, and he's like, that's basically what I fucking felt. Basically, it's that. It's the most fucking I remember I physically paused, and I was like, fuck. And the reason I hate it as well is because they specifically emphasize that diversity and inclusivity is necessary for them to continue to do their job. So it's not even for diversity and inclusivity's sake. It's because now whenever they try to infiltrate somewhere, like a fucking if they, yeah, exactly. That's what they say. It's like we need some fucking blacks to get.
We used to have whites all over Africa, so it was relatively fucking easy. But we failed our job, so now there's not as fucking many.
Oh my god!
And now the Chinese are like
we've got a few openings in China. We need one of those Asian-looking fellas. So, in summary, a message to the host of this show. Fuck you, Walter. Fuck you, D. Fuck you,
nuts.
D's nuts. D.
Yeah, D's nuts.
Yeah.
You will all be remembered as monsters and criminals. Your children and grandchildren will be ashamed of you. You've blackened a branch of your family tree, and you will be hated until you are finally forgotten. The CIA deserves to be destroyed. That's all. That's the summary of my episode.
Get fucked.
Gobnik's tickled.
Oh my god, I'm hard, baby.
Sorry. So JT, what was that you were saying? What would happen to me if you didn't bleep me?
Our sweet Gobnik here was complaining that I put the cricket sound effect in the last episode after he asked very kindly for FBI sound effects, and he was complaining that I never do the same to Hakeem. To which I responded that our boy Hakeem will be drone striked if I do not bleep the things he says. So please understand that I just don't want you guys to die. But you Gobnik, there's some unrest where you are too, right? Are you going to get drone striked soon?
Soon Hakeem will not be the only person in this podcast that will use the I can get the drone strike card, I guess. Because there's some conflict brewing in my little corner of the world as well. Now, hopefully it's not going to lead to anything, and it's just idiot banana republics flexing at each other with very, very pathetic and usual rhetoric. But in case something does happen, I will have to buy like a very good sound isolating microphone, because it would probably have to record while in the trenches, and I'm like, so yeah, what about Nancy Pelosi?
But there you go. Now you know. When you get summoned for jury duty, go. Don't get arrested, but don't expect it to be super exciting.
A question: if you shat yourself in the thing, would that be an excuse for you to go?
I imagine I'd imagine they'd want you out of the courtroom, but I don't know.
I'm just saying, if what's it called, push comes to shove, and you really need to get out of it, and you don't have an excuse, just to shit yourself.
I mean, that's a major roll of the dice, though. Like, what if they don't excuse you?
You just have to sit there.
Poor Evie and Kelsey both had an infection. shortly after Evie was born that they had to get treated for. So I think Evie was there for like 2 days and Kelsey was there overnight. And then one dog also ended up in the dog hospital for eating swallowing a bird whole. So that was
wait, excuse me, what?
Yeah, he found a bird and he swallowed it whole somehow, and it did a number on his insides.
Was it the bird male? Because that would mean he swallowed a cock.
Oh my god! God damn it!
Just like he's good at swallowing it whole, just like his owner.
Oh my god! I like the hesitation when you're saying that. I was gonna say, hold on, JT. Aren't dogs made for eating?
Right.
Like what?
They're made for chewing them slightly, though. That's the thing. He scarfed it down. There was a whole like canary or something in his stomach. They had to, cut him open and
yeah, he's used to from watching his owner, take them all like immediately, not even prepare them properly.
Good one, dude. Good one.
And he says you never get triggered. I found your soft spot, baby. And it's literally your gag reflex.
Yeah, I have a wild. I can't go to the doctor and I had to get like a strep throat swab because I was like my throat was really bothering me, and they the second that thing touches like my tongue or goes past my teeth, I start gagging. I have a terrible gag reflex. It's awful.
We would make horrible boyfriends, like really shitty boyfriends.
Honestly, I would disappoint
I'm
people
the deep
so
throat
badly.
king, baby. You can't. No. I'm all right with it. But try tucking your thumbs next time.
Tucking my thumbs?
Yeah, like take your thumbs and tuck them into your palm, and then close your thumbs over your palm.
Really?
What?
Okay.
Yeah, it works.
That's some experience.
Try it next
Fucking
time.
glug glug 7,000 Hakeem 5 million.
I finally got my Volvo wagon project in the works.
Alhamdulillah.
It's going in next week to get to get the engine dropped in. Very
Finally,
exciting.
nice.
Yes, finally. I've been waiting so long for this. Anyway, that's a bit about it for me. Year of ups and downs. What about you boys?
I was gonna say, sorry, before we continue, there is a I saw a picture. It was a shitty meme. I should have sent it to you guys. But in the northwest of the United States, there is a poo-poo valley, and then around the Great Lakes, like Michigan area, there's a place called Pee Point.
Oh,
and then when you drive back up along along the eastern coast of Canada, you can go to Pee Island. So I suggested to break in your Volvo. We drive from Poo Valley to Pee Point and then to Pee.
But before we do that road trip, we need to decide what comes first: pee or poo-poo, and can we do in the same time poo-poo time and pee time, but not pee time and poo-poo time?
Oh my god!
I think you have to start at poo-poo because otherwise you can't guarantee pee-pee, right? Am I right? Because you can't guarantee it the other way around. Yeah, then you wouldn't necessarily make
With
it to
pee-pee, you
poo-poo
cannot guarantee poo-poo.
if you start. Jesus Christ! How old are we? Okay.
We're all sick. We're all tired. It's fine.
Yeah,
people get it.
This is the
This
end
is
of
what
the
people
year.
tune in for.
Yeah. No, that about sums it up. I mean, the frustration is very real. And I think a lot of Americans are finally starting to feel that frustration too. Like people, even some liberal friends of mine are like, man, why is Biden doing more oil drilling permits than Trump did? Why are there still these kids? Why are we paying for the wall between the U.S. and Mexico? What's going on? And we just got to keep poking.
Do you just slide over and I was like, hey, I have a little channel for you to check out. You just slide over your card, and it's just second thought, but you scribbled it with your left hand, so it's all like fucked up on like a card.
The shitty QR code, yeah.
Oh, for me personally, alhamdulillah, like every year, like a 7 out of 10 probably. Alhamdulillah, I'm no complaints. But when it comes to Gorbachev's, actually no, for my personal life too, because Gorbachev died, it's a 9 out of 10. So there we go. Hakeem has spoken.
What am I going to give it here? This is a tough one because it was big ups and downs this year. I think strictly because of how much fun I've had with the deprogram with you boys. And so I don't get thrown out of the house. The birth of my beautiful baby
I was
girl.
like, oh my god, it's really
No, I'll give the year an 8 out of 10. despite the hospital stays and stuff. I know.
Yeah.
Those must have been horrible, but you got a kid and you got a fucking dope ass podcast with two motherfuckers.
So you
And
have two
give
kids,
it
basically,
8?
is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Man, what kind of what was a 10 for you? Like, what kind of year did you do? Like heroin for
Not
365
feeling like
days?
I'm about to die for weeks on end. But
Okay.
yeah, that was
That's true. That's true.
It was overall very, very good year. Blessed. Hashtag blessed beyond
Habibi,
measure because of you boys.
No, Habibi, the 10 out of 10 will come when we visit you and both of us give you a sloppy little smooch.
I can't
and
wait.
Look,
gonna teach
you'll
you
be
how
in the
to-
middle and both...
Gonna teach you how to use that gag
We'll be on-
reflex better.
Oh no! I'll tuck my thumbs.
Yeah, there you go. Good to know. How about you, Gopnik?
For me, it is a 20 out of 22. Very, very good year. It loses the 2 extra
Fuck it.
points it could have because I had to listen to these nuts all fucking year. So I deduct a whole 10% for that. But other than that, it was an incredible experience. Thank you to all our listeners, and thank you to the both of you. And thank you to all our beautiful family members or friends in real life that deal with our shit. Let's make 2023 even redder than this one.
Amen, brother.
Hold on, you opening out a question. There's a fast food place in the US. It's like a pale girl and she has red hair and they make burgers. What's it called?
Wendy's, yeah.
Wendy's.
Wendy's these nuts. Wendy's nuts in your mouth.
What?
All you had to
fucked
say
up
was
twice.
Wendy's nuts. You didn't need to say Wendy's.
I couldn't do it.
Wendy's these nuts. I thought you were gonna fuck me when you fucked yourself. So
I couldn't do it.
This has been the
I
D
was
program.
overeager.
I'm JT.
I'm Hakeem.
I win. Less jokes on Hakeem.
Happy 2022.